Welcome to the Angel Channel. Monday night again, our weekly energy spa fest. And I'm really happy that you're here and sharing some energy with me. We're going to have a fun show tonight. Got a lot to talk about. I'm so stoked. We're going to go into the actual meaning of the word OM and actually even the pieces of what the symbols mean, and it'll be a really good show. And the other thing I'm looking super forward to is a breath exercise that takes you to blank space. Hello, Vivian. Glad you could make it. So as always, I'm going to start the show thanking my sponsor, Ernie Mosteller, and his friends at friedokra.tv. Can't tell you how much the support and the lift has meant to us, and thanks for helping us keep the show going. And if anybody needs creative, any kind of like, especially video, film kind of stuff, Ernie has been for a long time a badass. So friedokra.tv. I don't know if any of you out there have an energetic connection to Pluto, but I'm an Aquarian, and Pluto has been living in my sign, going back and forth between retrograde and direct and retrograde and direct. And because it's so far out there, man, it sticks around for a while. And, we just got through a whole row of back and forth. And we just came back into a direct mode. And I have to say, man, it was like, I felt it like a switch, boom. All of a sudden, Pluto, Pluto's about change and overthrowing structures and replacing things. And in retrograde, that's in your life and going crazy, like making you revisit lessons and making sure that you actually got those lessons. And oh my word, let's see. Oh, Vivian. Yes, I am so happy you got your decks. You're going to really, 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 really enjoy them. And especially with the angels, the more time you spend with them, those cards are alive. And I think that you'll find that they really make a rich addition to your cosmology. So thanks for supporting the cause too. And if you ever have any questions about them, please contact me. I'll be happy to. The decks are kind of like really amazingly special to me. They're kind of like my children, and anyone that loves my children, I love them back. So any way I can help with those, I'd be happy to. And, I've got a really large, it's a 360 page PDF of the angel manual that's got way more information than I was able to put into the little book, although the little book will do you just fine. If you'd be interested in that, let me know. I'll be happy to send you out a copy of the PDF. It's in 2 chunks because it's too big. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, they are very powerful, Vivian, and they'll help you find some places that you never thought you might be able to go. I'm excited for your journey, and I'd love to know your experience. And if you haven't pulled your first card yet, please let me know what the very first card you pull out of that deck is. I think I know, so let's see if that happens. I'll write it down in my journal here and show it to you next week if it's right. So Pluto being direct opened up a lot of stuff. I've had a week of just crazy synchronicities and meeting people and opening new pathways and things, like for a while there, it seemed like I'd have stuff set up, and right at the last second, there'd be some big problem or something that had to get resolved. And it always did, but it wasn't, there was no flow there. I felt like the flow was flowing against me, and I was kind of like trying to swim upriver. Not good. And now it feels like I'm just sort of flowing in the middle, right in the middle of the stream, just really nice and comfortable, laid back, feet up in the air, and just things are kind of like happening. To that end, my friend and frequent visitor here, Rick Midler, one of my old bestest friends. He's an amazing artist. He does stuff with torn paper, and we've known each other for decades now. And both of us have watched our art evolve and go into crazy different areas. And this thing he's been doing for a number of years now, and it just blows my mind. Really, really beautiful stuff. I'll have him on the show in the next couple of weeks, and we'll show you some stuff. But anyway, he was in a big hooty-doo thing up in art fair up in New York, and connected up with the people from the Audubon Society. And make a long story short, they have a whole volume of music tracks that really well-known artists have done and recorded, and they've got them on like sampler packs for the Audubon, kind of like the old Windham Hill sampler things. A lot of really crazy good music. So anyway, they've been sending out those tracks to artists, visual artists, to connect with those and make videos for those. And there's a whole bunch of those online right now, and that past people have done. Anyway, Rick got involved. He's going to do one. Can't wait to see what he's going to do. And super gift from Rick in the universe, man. He like hooked me up with the Audubon people myself, and I'm forging ahead. I'm gonna do one a video of my own with the light painting things and my angel wings flying. I'm like, ooh, I can't even believe it. What a really, really wonderful, wonderful, wonderful opportunity in every way, shape, or form. So tons of thanks, heartfelt thanks, gratitude, Rick. Appreciate it, man. And I can't wait for us. Yeah, there you are, bonehead. We're gonna have you on in the next few weeks, man. We'll get together. By the way, sorry I was taking a nap this afternoon. I missed your call. Old man that I am, dude. I've been keeping crazy hours. Like the days are just sort of blurring into one big glob with a rest here and there. Anyway, I'm super stoked. She sent me to the vault with all the music in it, and man, tons of stuff. It took me 2 days to get through all of those. And it's funny, I went through this weekend. I had them like edited down to about 12, and I went in to go cut them down to about 2 or 3 that I could send to her that I really liked. And instead of getting them edited down, I added 3 more because I wanted to go back. There were a couple more I wanted to listen to, and oh man. So anyway, I've kind of made my selections on those. And me and my numbers thing, like the beginning of this show, the piano score for that is actually the words "The Angel Channel" made into musical notes and then moved around with timing and that kind of thing. So the music for the show came out of the name of the show, which just always thrills me. I think that's just the coolest thing. So I started on the name of the Audubon project is the Birdsong Project, which, wow, really cool. And those words happen to wind up being really beautiful on many levels. So I'm working on my own little score I want to send to her and just let her hear how cool it is. So yeah, that's about that. So Rick and I will get together in the next day or so and hook up on that, man. And thanks again, bro. Can't tell you what a wonderful gift. Let's see, Pluto. Yeah, it's Halloween week. Yep. There's an old legend that the veil is thinnest on that day, and honestly, I think there's a lot of truth to that. And it really is easier during this time of year for some reason to work on mediumship things and kind of connect to that side of the other side. And don't rule out your ability to do that. And if there are people that you really want to talk to that have passed on, we're going to do an exercise tonight with the breathing. We'll take you down to blank space. And if you get down to blank space and you just say their name, and don't think about anything, don't think about memories, like just say their name. That presence will show up and connect with you really, 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 really fast. So give it a whirl. It's the best time of the year to try it out. And I always love the vibe and the mysterious and kind of, you know, I grew up with creepy stuff and monsters and all that kind of stuff. I always kind of like that side of things. So enjoy the holiday and All Saints Day. There's a bunch of things that happened during that course, and that transition from, I know this sounds crazy, but that transition from the 31st to the 1st is a real energetic difference. It's kind of like a door closes on the 1st. All right, let's move on. On Halloween, now that I bring that up, my good friend Alana Luna and I are going to be doing a fire painting, white painting, fire dance event at Montserrat again, and they're doing a costume event. So I'm super stoked to see what kind of crazy costumes people come in, and the opportunity to do some over the top light paintings, make some art. You know, it's really fun. Most of the time, my light painting, especially in the summer, I'm always by myself because I'm out somewhere in the middle of the night, you know, waving around a bunch of flashlights and tubes. But these events have made it, you know, it's kind of like I get to connect with people and their energy, and my inspiration feeds off of their energy. So, you know, if you're in Sebring and it's a free event, and, you know, the light painting, the fire dancing, you know, we accept donations, but there's no charge. Come and have fun with us and play in the sandbox for a little while and see what kind of art we can create together. I think it'd be really cool. So hope to see you there. By the way, again, it's at 7:30, or as Alana put it down, 7:33 on Thursday evening at Montserrat Wine Bar here in Sebring, Florida. So fly in. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to get crafty here and bring up some pics. Hold on one second. Share my screen. And I want a window, and there we go. And share that. There we go. So what am I seeing there? Okay, excellent. All right, hold on. I'm going to shrink you. Okay, as I change preview, it changes there. So I'll just leave that alone. All right, this is my favorite model, Fiona. and Fiona has a great story. Now, you know, as I just said, you know, I'm out painting at midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning. Not all that many people want to come out and help you light paint it that night, much less, you know, a nice model. So I'm walking around my house at down at Coconut Grove, where I moved from, and sitting there on top of the trash pile is all these pieces of a mannequin. And I start to run. I run over and I grab the arm, and I'm like, I would have been happy with that because I love mannequin parts. They're great to do stuff with. And as it turns out, I go back and there's the whole mannequin. And so I grabbed it, rescued her from the trash, and have made her the star of many a light painting, a number of which I'm going to show you right now. And I really love practicing, kind of like getting some kind of handle on showing energy and how that looks to me, and she's been a really fun thing to have. So here, I'm going to run you through a few of these pics. So if you can focus on her hands and that light that's happening in her hands and that gold bar that's going right across from hand to hand, and that energy is being pulled from her solar plexus down into that scenario and radiating out from where those two pieces of energy collide. There's little arms of orange energy that go out and begin causing the energetic spirals that will go out. And from that spiral, at the end of that small spiral, that will turn into a wave and then turn into a line as it goes out. So this is a pretty cool pic. I like this one a lot, as is this one. You know, the energetic beast. You know, yeah. And those colors really represent, those colors really represent the way my energy looks when I'm doing a physical effect of some kind. And yeah, I love the glow around the outside of her. As a matter of fact, that's very much, especially like where it's kind of glowing in her, on the inside of her arm, on the left side of the picture. And that's really how that first band kind of, exactly how that looks. And the way it like kind of where it is up on her shoulder and goes up onto her head. And this one's always been a particular favorite. It looks like two hands to me, like with the palms like right like that, and she's standing right in the middle of those, and yeah, connected to the higher energies. This is kind of an intense pic. You know, you're kind of drawn to the blue figure in the front, but look up above that. Catch the eyes. I've been really kind of enthralled with the whole like inner mind, like what goes on inside your brain as opposed to what you see on the outside, which the next one will really demonstrate. Yeah, love this shot. Yeah, the mind within the mind. These were really fun to do. Yeah. The face, the whole like head, like the other, you know, it's kind of like brain-like already. And it's funny. And I love this one. This has been a really all-time favorite. And this actually got like 350 something likes, which is like the biggest, like everybody seemed to kind of like this one. I did a GIF of this with this in motion, with the energy in motion and that circle in the back moving and circling. So maybe I'll get crafty and bring those up next week. Next week I'll be flying solo, man. Jacob's going on a trip. He's like leaving me for 2 weeks, so I'm trying to get my chops up before he goes, and I'll make a bonehead of myself. So anyway, okay. So let's get into it here. Let me get back. There we go. All right, let me address some comments here. Hey, Linda Martin. How the heck are you? Jason, what's up, my brother? Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for the confirmation, by the way. You know, what we do here, like, there's no question, like, for me, that I know it works and our connections, and I could feel you guys so intense. It's gotten really bright, and this practice every week has really kind of elevated that ability. But last week, my friend Jason Deloche sent me some confirmation on, like, I sent a message out to him as we were connecting, and he was like, wow, right at that second, man. It was kind of crazy. So anyway, thanks for the confirmation. It's always really great to get that outside confirmation that what you knew worked, worked. So thanks a lot, man. Diane, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Oh man. Linda, you're always seeing the scary. It's always scary. Everything's always scary. No, it isn't. Not to me. Sorry if it is to you. Which one are you talking about, by the way? All right. We're going to talk about a very powerful word, and that word is OM. It's used all the time. And, when I was growing up in the late 60s and early 70s, OM was like bantered around like everybody did OM, although they didn't know a thing about what it meant or why they were doing it. It was just a hip thing to do. So it kind of became something I scoffed at for a long time. But let's see. Okay, well, we'll leave this. So as I really started getting into my practice, I noticed in how many disciplines the word OM comes into play. And it's a crazy, crazy world full of immense power. As a matter of fact, the word OM means the entire universe. Actually, for me, it's come to mean the source. It's just a different way of visualizing the source, and the sound of actually doing it connects you in a bunch of really deep ways. I made some cool notes here. We'll go through each little part of this. We're going to take apart the like why to do it. Connecting to OM like connects you immediately to that source in the universe. Plus, you're humming, and as we've learned, it's not a hum per se, but it's when you're really deep and you're intoning it, you're creating this buzz that's happening in your head and your body, and it's creating nitric oxide, not nitric acid, nitric oxide, which is a vasodilator. It means it like expands your blood vessels, increases blood flow, which affects athletic performance, your mental clarity, your ability to have an erection, like all kinds of things. They're just really great physical benefits from that. Not to mention that it also really stimulates the vagus nerve, which is a controlling function in many of your bodily systems over the entirety of your body, but especially in the upper part of your body and through your head. So just making that sound is already creating a physical property to you. And sound is one of the ways that God created material reality. And the truth of that matter is that by understanding sound frequencies and how to use that ability to create anything within your imagination is right there. All right, so let's see. Let me look at my notes here. Yeah, so again, OM represents everything in the universe, the entire universe. And for me, it's like not just this universe, but every universe and every dimension, all the way to dissolution and becoming one with the original source and the absolute. I don't know if you've ever heard monks doing a live version of those really deep OMs. Oh, and OM has a specific note. It's not just any note. It's specifically C sharp, which is 138 hertz, 0.6, or 136.2 if you're going by the 432 scenario. But it's right there, right around middle C, and actually a couple below middle C. And that C sharp is a tone that I hear. You know, we're going to talk about the going to blank space exercise in just a minute. And these days I go there pretty easily, and it's kind of fun to bring up just a little bit of attention while you're in that space and play around with that. And every time I do that, I always hear distant, really, like, I have to kind of focus on it to hear it, but there's always a tone. And that's been going on for a long time. So I got really curious, what the hell is that tone? And on my own exploration, found out C sharp is that tone that happens when I'm in that space. And for me, that's the space where you're connected to the infinite. Any possibility is possible from that space and in that space. And time and space cease to exist in the way that we understand them here. And being connected to that sound and that energy and that particular frequency can open infinite doors. I have a video I'll play for you in a minute or two that I did a number of years ago, and it's a stack of about 25 or 30 tracks of me doing OM at different octaves of C sharp, and it's pretty trippy. So we'll get there momentarily. So if anybody's out there as a musician, you know, as you're practicing this, you know, just cue it up on the piano if you're like me and have not only not perfect pitch, but like that's not one of my abilities. So, you know, I use my piano and my keyboard to find that frequency a lot. And, you know, that's one of the good things about the crystal bowls, or some of the Tibetan bowls. Like the Tibetan bowls, a lot of them are tuned to C sharp, F sharp, and G sharp, which happen to also be the main notes on a sitar and a lot of the Hindu and Indian instruments. Okay, so C sharp. You know, OM, like one of the best ways to dive into that is to have a nice quiet meditation space and a place where you go and give absolute attention to that. And certainly there are a lot of benefits to that. And it's really great to make that part of your cosmology and your daily routine and your personal rituals. However, you know, I talk about this a lot. Our light is a piece of the actual source. We are a living piece of that absolute, the source of all. And we're vibrating all of the time. So realizing that is a really amazing transformation in your life when you realize that you are connected to that all the time. You're never alone, that energy is available to you all the time. And as you keep an open flow to the light and the source and that immense frequency, that the waves that reflect back to you, which energetically, there's absolutely nothing else that could happen. You're sending out these waves of gratitude, love. We do this every week, of like the wish for bliss for the source, and the reflections that come back to you bathe you in those experiences rather than thinking about like all the problems you have and all of those things. So keeping you in that zone elevates your energy all the time. and as much as I treasure and put importance on that daily meditation quiet space, like when you're standing in the grocery store, you can still sit there and go, people look at me all the time. I don't care. And every time you're making that sound, you're in traffic. You're starting to get really upset. Like it's gridlock. You're just sitting there, instead of like stewing, like connecting to that energy, to that universal flow, to the light that is bliss and love and peace. It really can help transform a lot of situations in a really quick way. Okay, so let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, okay, good. All right, so everybody knows the OM symbol. Let me bring this up real quick. Present, share screen. There we go. All right, so this is the symbol for OM. Yeah, you see that a lot, right? All right, so we're going to take this apart piece by piece and discuss what each one of those. The large lower curve marks the normal waking state. That's how we are. Like that's where we're identifying with our physical body. We're in the material world, and your perception of the world is taken in through your senses. The upper curve indicates the unconscious state of that deep state of total unawareness, in which you're in a deep dreamless state, not the dream state, but the dreamless state. And you're both at the same time, you're kind of withdrawn from the physical and your mental activities. So you're not just sleeping and your body's resting, but your mind is at rest and still as well. The middle curve denotes the dream state. And the dream state is between the deep sleep that we were just talking about and the waking state, where a person explores the subconscious. And that's where all the imagery happens. Your conscious turns inward, your fears, your hopes, your desires, manifest themselves in this crazy imaginary world. And I don't know about you guys, but man, my dream world over the last month has just been insane. I had this crazy dream that this is right before the hurricane was coming, and I won't go into that, but I've never had a dream where the dream picked up on the next night, like a crazy ass mini series or something. And just really, really nuts. I got this enormous sapphire ring the other night. Like, wow. And, I don't know, those dreams, when they're really vivid like that, and they have a sense of realism, it's almost kind of like you lived a separate, different dimensional life. And sometimes I wake up from those just like, wow, I'm tired, man. Like I need to go to rest for my rest. All right. So, so the middle curve denotes the dream state where you're actually dreaming and having those images. Okay. And then the dot. The dot is a symbol of enlightenment. And like in this state, that's where you've like achieved harmony with the absolute, with the source, where you've like merged with that. That's that blank space area, right? And you're kind of recognizing that like all of creation is made up of spirit and is united and connected through that like commonality, which that's a really cool spiritual concept. But quantum particles, the quantum field, it's kind of like that's sort of what that's describing, and the spirit is like part of everything, as is the quantum field. With that whole quantum particle and entanglement theory, where a particle can be on the other side of the galaxy, and if they're connected, then both of their realities are reflecting each other, although in opposite ways. So the possibility of traveling somewhere, like not worrying about actual physical speed, light speed, not being able to break light speed, it kind of solves that problem. And that, yeah, that like all of creation, the entirety of it, all of it is made up of spirit. Yeah, let's see. Okay. The crescent represents the Maya, which separates the three curves from the dot. Maya is the illusion that binds an individual soul to the material world. By chanting Om, one can transcend the three curves of material consciousness and attain the dot of enlightenment. Yeah. All right. So let me check questions here real quick. Inga, how are you? All right. When I first started seeing Om, it was the typical OM sound. Here, let's get rid of this. There we go. When I started seeing that, it was an OM, and my first ways of doing it was going Om. But as I started getting into like the Golden Dawn and some of the other magical currents I was starting to explore, they were all sounded in this 3-letter AUM. Yeah. And it's pronounced like you're going up to oh, so it's an oo rather than an o. And this represents a number of crazy trinities. Like, let's see, like the different conditions of consciousness, the waking state, like we were just talking, the dreaming state, and the deep sleep state. It also represents the deities in charge of the creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe. And that's kind of what I'm going to do that in reverse in the video I'm going to show you in just a minute. The deities in charge of the creation, preservation, and destruction of the universe: Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. The three original Vedic scriptures, the three worlds: earth, atmosphere, and ether, the three aspects of time: past, present, and future. All right, so for any purists out there, Leah, I know, I hope you're watching. I know she's a real stickler for this. It's yeah, there you go. And if you think about it, a lot of the other religions, the Judeo-Christian thing of saying amen, the Islamic version, Amin, there's a lot of different ways of kind of repeating that and connecting a physical sound to God, right? Let's see. Did I leave anything out? No. By the way, while I always enjoy knowing the quote proper way to do stuff, but the truth of the matter is, if you're doing OM, if you're doing AUM, if your intent is completely focused on connecting to the source and being in that space, it's not that important. it is if you enjoy the precision aspect of it, and if you're trying to jack it up to the absolute max in every way that you can, which I enjoy doing. But the most important thing behind all of these is your intent and your desire to connect with the source. And this is just a vehicle for getting there. Yeah, sound frequency. Nikola Tesla said that if you really want to understand the universe and creation, then understand sound and vibration. All right. So another thing on an energetic and actual physical aspect to this too is the way OM functions with your chakras. OM is like the overall, like it's the big picture, like total cover. And for each of your chakras, you have an individual sound and vibration to open those up. But the word OM is kind of like the controlling sigil, if you would. And it usually it starts because it's your connection to the higher vibrations. It starts in your solar plexus, and it's connected to that AUM thing, right? So, like as you're doing the part of it, you're connecting with your solar plexus, and as you're doing the part of it, you're going up through your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and then as you get to M, you're up in your crown chakra and spreading out to dissolution and to dissolve. So it's this course of creativity, preservation, and like dissolution. So as you're intoning that, you're drawing in that energy to your solar plexus, which we do every week, and which we also do every week with conscious intent, moving that energy up, connected to the sound. Juicy. All right, let's see. I think that pretty well covers OM for the evening. We're going to practice doing that too. And, you don't be shy, man. When you go for it, and come from your solar plexus, come from your diaphragm, and really intone that thing, man. Good and good for you. All right, here, let me get back to questions. Linda, embrace the darkness. There is no reason to fear. You are an invincible creature of light. Seriously, I'm really not playing. You are an invincible creature of light. All those scary things, they should be scared of you. Inga, awesome. Good to see you. All right. I talk about We really engage. We do some projective stuff, but we're not doing any hardcore physical moving or anything like that. But when you develop that side of yourself and you have those abilities, when you go use your receptive abilities and go travel on the astral, you can, especially when you're exploring and you're going someplace nobody's told you about. None of those places, well, maybe a few of them, but most of those places are not places that you're going to read about in any books. They have to be gone to and experienced, just like traveling to a new country and getting off the bus and looking around and seeing what is there to explore. Most of the time, those are really beautiful experiences. A couple times I've run into some things that were not really all that nice and didn't really want me to be around, or did want me to be around, as like long enough to eat. And having some projective abilities, which are amplified on the astral a lot, boom, take care of that, and you're not a victim, and you're kind of like the badass there, and news on the astral gets around. So having kind of like an open ability to go and explore wherever you want without being fearful of being helpless and being the weak one is a really great thing, and a reason to really go at the projective abilities with a gusto. All right. So, oh man, here I go again. By the way, any of you guys out there looking for readings, you know what to do. You know what to do. Sign up in the comments and we'll catch you at the end of the show. All right, so let's get to making some sacred space, doing a little breathing, and then we'll do the cards and the readings. All right, here we go. With the brilliant light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space. I make this place pure. With the light of the source, I banish and clean this space. Fear be gone. I make this place pure. We come together again, our group of intrepid explorers. We create our sacred space, we connect our energy, and we create a space of safety and open to miracles. We ask that the angels be with us tonight. I know you already are. You're loud. And you make me laugh. We ask that you share your wisdom, share your truth, and share your love. And we ask that we have eyes to see, ears to hear, and the wisdom to understand. And with absolute gratitude for all of it, the whole ride, unconditional love that knows no bounds, and our wish for bliss to the source, we open our circle. I love it when the vortex connects. Oh, so yummy. Okay, so we're gonna do a really quick breathing exercise that will help you if you haven't mastered the ability to go to blank space yet. Don't give up on it. You know, it's kind of hard. It took me a while, to be honest with you, because my brain just does not ever want to shut off. And it wants to think about me thinking, and it wants to look at that, and it wants to consider how silent it is. And I'm like, oh, no. All right. So, a long time ago, a friend of mine who actually introduced me to my teacher, he was kind of a quasi student at the time, and um, he was into all kinds of gadgets. So he comes over one afternoon and he has this weird little bio recording thing, and you hook your fingers up to these two electrodes. And as you slowed your metabolism, it would decrease. It made this beep. And as you slowed your metabolism in your meditation, it would go beep. And the gig was when you completely shut off, then the sound was gone. So it was a great physical thing to actually be able to focus on and use to like shut that down. And I just realized that was kind of like the first couple of times I'd gotten to some semblance of blank space, and I really liked it. Problem is that I shut my metabolism down with my breath, everything, my whole body. I was thinking about my heart rate. I was just like letting all my muscle tension go. And as it got farther and farther and farther down, I just kept focused and kept going and kept going. Finally, it shut off, and I realized that I wasn't breathing, and like I was kind of there in that space, but it wasn't a space I could sustain. However, it was a really good practice space to keep getting to that little piece of that. And like every time you get that little piece of that, you can expand it a little bit next time, a little bit bigger next time, a little bit bigger next time. And then you can stay there as long as you want to. And that's always where the gold is. So we're gonna practice this tonight. And you know, this isn't as good as the little machine thing on your fingers, but you can simulate your own tone too, like and as you're turning that off, as that tone is going down, you don't have to do it out loud. You can do it in your mind too. Just connect your body, connect your energy, just the whole thing. And it's like you're a machine that is just powering down, and like all the systems just. All right, so we're going to do our 3 little cleansing breaths, and we're gonna do them a little bit different this time. We're gonna take a really deep inhale in through your nose, right? And then as we release, just take your time and shut off. It's the best description. Just close your eyes, shut off your thoughts, and follow your sound. Just pick out a sound, that little C sharp, and just follow it down until it's off. And just hang there for a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds, whatever you can muster. And we're going to do that. We're going to do 3 of those. And let's just see where we get on the quest for blank space. Okay. All right. So here we go. Inhale through the nose. Use your diaphragm super deep. Release out through your mouth and begin to turn off. All your systems are shutting down. Your breath is slowing. Your heart rate is slowing. Keep going deeper. And there it is. Wow, I don't want to come back. All right, inhale. Into the nose, pack your chest and your solar plexus. Turn off the machine. There's less to turn off this time. Focus on going deeper and deeper into the pool. Almost there. One final. All right. One more. Inhale, really deep. Fill yourself to the brim. Exhale, turn off. Deeper. Quieter. No mind. No breath. Stillness. Okay. I want you guys just to stay right there in that space. Jacob, I'm running long tonight, man. Sorry about that. Could you bring us up our card? Please. Number 44, the Karmic Warrior. Karmic Warrior is intense, man. 5 of Cups, associated with 5 of Cups. It's that place where 3 cups have fallen over and are spilled, and you're really wobbed and upset about that. And then 2, you need to shift your focus back to what you still have and move forward. All right, let's take a look at the reading. There we go. You have let your disappointment grow into true despair. Your dreams have been crushed. Your plans are in ruin. This is not a time for rash decisions. A knee-jerk reaction will only hurt more. You can't put the milk back into the glass, no matter how hard you try. Continue to see the obstacles to love can be overcome. There's still hope. Cry. Let your tears fall like rain. What have you learned from this experience? Tomorrow brings a new dawn, another chance to do it better. Your courage blossoms from your broken dreams. It's always darkest before the light blooms. There is always hope. A new dawn from the dark night of the soul, man. I've been there many times. This experience is an end, not the end. This experience is an end, not the end. It is also an opportunity for a new beginning. Focus on happy news. Make a conscious effort to let go of this disappointment. You have learned well from past experience. Accept your loss and accept the support from others. Look forward to new friendships, new interests, and new occupations. Take time to see what remains important to you, even in the face of sorrow and pain. Karmic Warrior. And most of the time, those deaths, I've been through 6 of them, man, where everything I was just died, and you have to rebuild. Yo, dude, Rick. Yeah, we need to do a card for you too, Rick. All right. Jason. Focus, bro. Put some juice behind it, man. There you go. All right. Words of wisdom from my friend Jason. Words of wisdom from my friend Jason. Deep words of wisdom and truth from my friend Jason. Master number 33. Angel of the subordination to the higher order. Beautiful angel. Yeah. Follow the path with passion and heart. The result will be financial, emotional, physical, spiritual, mental, and mental gain, material gain. Organize the elements of your life. Dude, organize the elements of your life, and the results will be success. A result of unifying your wisdom with your love in a creative way. Tangible manifestations are all around. Recognize that you feel incomplete only because you are still seeking the same outmoded goals. Look for inner satisfaction. It's fini. It's done. Move the hell on. Seek what you have not yet found and you will succeed. Continue the work of your self-development. Have trust in your self-discipline and patience. Every day is an opportunity to practice that, my brother. You are in harmony with nature around you, and everything will bear its fruit in time. All right. You are not alone now. Distinguish what matters in life. You are not alone now. Dude, practice your connection to the source all day, every day. You are not alone now. Distinguish what matters in life and what goals truly demand your maximum effort. True success is inventing yourself out of the raw material given you by the circumstances and conditions of your life. The ability to know when others only guess. There you go, my brother. All right, Rick. Focus. 3 deep breaths. Focus. You're scattering around there, man. All right. Words of wisdom. You guys are something else tonight, man. Everybody's a yuckster. All right. Words of wisdom and truth and clarity from my friend Rick. Words of wisdom, truth, and crystal clarity from my friend Rick. Words of wisdom, truth, objective truth, and crystal clarity. Yeah, there you go. Number 35, the angel of reconciliation. You are offered the gift of wealth, abundance, and prosperity through your communication and organizational skills. Okay, we could be done. You're beginning to feel secure, but you still feel slightly detached. Your life will seem to just turn around, and security will soon crown your efforts as your finances begin to prosper. You will soon be free from monetary concern. There will be gain in finance or position, a possible inheritance. You will know attainment, recognition, and a great feeling of security. Use the wealth of these resources to build lasting structures in the world. Make this a better place to live in by leaving something solid and tangible behind you. The gate is open to the hidden experiences and ordinary things, so that you may recognize and appreciate the magic all around you. The angel has come disguised as a beggar or traveler to test your virtues of hospitality and generosity, then leave a magical gift. By acting in a certain way, you create within yourself the ability to recognize and receive the blessings the world has to offer you. The everyday world contains a magic, dude, and you know this, greater than any of us can see. But the fucking fear, man, it always clouds that shit. The doubt, the fear, the whining, the thinking, no mind. The magic is all around us. It is in nature and in the very fact that we exist. Know that you are manifesting your visions and graciously accept the rewards. You know, the practice thing that we did tonight of getting to blank space. I don't know if any of you have ever seen this movie called The Last Samurai with Tom Cruise. And he's like some cavalry guy in the 1800s and goes to Japan while the last samurai feudal thing is coming to an end, and he becomes a samurai himself. And while he's learning sword play, there's this one part in there where it's like the guy keeps saying, no mind, act with no mind, and just be in the flow and stop thinking. Dude, that thinking thing gets you every single freaking time. All right. Anyone else? Linda. All righty. Linda, 3 deep breaths, really focus. Words of wisdom and truth for my friend Linda. Words of wisdom and clarity for my friend Linda. Words of wisdom, truth, and crystal clarity for my friend Linda. Wow. Number 27, the angel of the propagation of light. Kaboom. This poor deck, man, it's seen such better days. But I can't bear to like not use it anymore. It's just so full of me. Victory, victory, victory. Okay, we're done. Keep the faith. The news you've been waiting for is coming, and you can win all your dreams. Don't give up. Keep trying. You will succeed. Believe in yourself. Know that you have been given the skills and opportunities to realize your hopes and dreams for the future. Relax and concentrate on the task at hand. You will succeed. You will know victory of the will over the physical world. You will know victory of the will over the physical world. The ability to change the course of destiny and thoughts. Success comes from gathering an excellent team to work together. You have the ability to persuade, influence, and counsel. And from your struggle to develop your ideas, there will emerge a dominant theme and a leader. Not everyone or everything is trustworthy. Use your intuition. You will feel when something is not right and the red light goes on. Trust that. Shift your emphasis from your problems to your joys. See your victory. Assume it's done. Your optimism will produce the very success it desires and expects. I've heard worse. All right. Well, I think that's everybody. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with me again. Every week is some kind of a new adventure, and go out there and OOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOO just ohm it up. And Jinsen Jitsu while you're ohming, man. Like multitask here. You can make this very efficient. All right. So, as always, hit the like, subscribe. Please leave a comment and share it if you would. Until next week, I hope you all have a really wonderful week and life treats you very, very well. Oh, we close our circles for this evening and send everyone on their happy way. We hope we take the joyous, vibrant energy of this evening through us throughout the week. And we thank you for all of the truth, the wisdom, the yucks, and yes, thank you. And we send our absolute deepest gratitude, our wish for boundless, unconditional love, and our wish for the deepest bliss to the source of all. Until next week, be in the light.